Control Lord Games. Join the fray.
We are live.
I gotta stop doing that. I hate beginning every single stream.
I know you do that all the time, and either there or that damn WTL whatever TLG shit you just do that on purpose.
WTLG, it's the only way to do it.
Oh my
It's the
God.
only way
Are we on the internet?
to do it.
Are we on the
Is this
internet?
web thing working?
Hello?
What's
Hello?
happening? Where is my dial-up phone? I'm gonna go back to. Well, we are live on the internet and the interweb.
Mercy.
We have launched, I think, about 25 minutes ago, something like that.
I haven't even looked at
twice.
Yeah,
Have
it's
we hit-
broken 20.
did we- it. Oh, that's broken 20? Okay, good. I don't even
Yeah,
know.
she's doing absolutely fantastic.
This is like watching dad and mom fight.
There you go.
Who's dad and who's mom?
Yeah, right?
I think it's more like mom, dad, and grandpa.
What are you saying about me? You're calling me grandpa. Okay, I get it.
I'm talking about me. Let me tell
Oh,
you,
come
I was on Apple TV yesterday, and I tried to get to a movie and a little trackpad, I guess. Is that what it's called? The little trackpad. And I said, I threw the thing down and picked my book up and started. I can't even be bothered anymore. It's too much work to make tech work. But the good news is the Kickstarter tech is working absolutely fantastic. This thing is roaring out the gate. Very, 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 very happy about that. Obviously, this is a huge shift for Trollword Games. I know we've been talking on. I think when did we drop the Player's Handbook? Saturday? Was that it?
Yep.
Saturday night?
It's Saturday the 8th.
So Saturday night, I got on Discord and spent, I don't know, several hours just talking to people. A lot of people are, understandably nervous about what's coming because they've got games they've been running for 20 years. And looking at moving the OGL out is, it can impact your table some.
It's a big change.
It's a big change. And the nice thing is, I think that the vast majority of the comments that we have fielded, and Grace, you sent me a ton of stuff this morning. It's just great comments that we can go in and do a little tweaking here and there. And I really don't think I've already got about 4 groups, 4 CKs that are going to run their groups to see if there's really any huge disruption in the name changes that are coming down the pipe. I haven't seen any at my table. We've already implemented at my table, but I don't count because Chris just makes up spells anyways. So, I don't think he really uses anything.
Yeah, when in doubt, just improvise.
Yes, that's since we played AD&D back in the 80s and the 90s and whatever, and the spells in the Player's Handbook come from those original spell lists, right? That were 3rd edition that came from 2nd and AD&D. So we've been playing the same spells for a long time. So I give them complete leeway to just make crap up at this point.
Hey, Steamboat, welcome in. Thanks for hopping in. It's good to see you.
And thank you,
Dirty
Dirty Dwarf. We are very happy with the way they're turning it.
They're only going to get more beautiful as we go through and eliminate all of the typos and all of the other little stuff. It's going to be awesome.
A couple more pieces of art that I want to swap out, and I think it was Kingsley on Grace. I don't know if you followed any of the Discord conversation, but there was a kind of immediate negative reaction from 3 or 4 people about the way the spells are laid out. And then Kingsley, I think his name is, had this wonderful idea of doing a master chart at the back of the book that lists all of the spells, your components, the casting time, all of that stuff.
That is a fantastic idea.
It really is. I don't know why we haven't.
Wait, what happened to stream? Am I still live? Check and see if I'm still live. Okay. So where did they go? Make sure everything's kosher on my end. My computer's been acting weird all morning, dude. Oh yeah, I'm having internet issues, I think. Are you fucking kidding me? Can you guys see me or hear me? Hey, did I lose all? Oh, there you are. Now
No,
we're back on. We're having an important conference call live, guys. See this?
Yeah, you're streaming, Chuck, but we aren't.
You're on now.
Okay.
I have no clue.
There we
None.
are.
It just went away. The internet. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the trackpad wasn't working.
Damn, it has a trackpad.
Well, now I can't see Chuck. Can you? I can
Well,
see him on stream. But
Yeah, on
not in the
stream. It
call.
does that. It won't. It may straighten up. It may not. So
Lord of mercy, who knows? Who knows?
Oh,
Anyway.
Anyways,
geez.
Kingsley's idea was really cool, and I don't know why we hadn't done that, 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, Lando. I think Steve saw those right before we launched. We were trying to keep putting
Yeah.
it off and putting it off. So he saw the Discord stuff. I think.
What is what?
I think mainly they're concerned with the Fantasy Grounds versus Foundry thing.
Yes, I fixed.
There were a few heart attacks.
Yeah, I got tired of asking questions, and I said, you know what? The best way to get this thing rolling is to move forward. So I went live.
You're not wrong.
I cannot see or hear Chuck, so I'm gonna hop out and hop back in.
Oh yeah, just do that. It'll catch you. Can you hear me, Steve?
I can hear you and I can see you.
Damn it! I was gonna. All right, that's fine. We're looking forward.
And you're still live on the internet. So before you do it,
Nah.
thank you, Ironcaster. Thank you very much. It's going very well. We're very excited. We're just excited to get this finally moving forward. And now that most of the work has been done on the PHB and the CKG, and it's all hands on the M&T at this point, and then cleaning up and fixing and whatnot. So I want to get these out. I don't know. I'm just super excited about it.
Meth had a note about the pledge levels not matching and the shipping costs not being right.
So the shipping costs, yes, I had some placeholder text in there. We're waiting to hear back from GMS, and I gave them all the information, and they'll get that back to me. So we should have the overseas shipping costs fixed or up there once we kind of have a good idea. I know Australia, it's difficult for them to get the Australian numbers plugged in for whatever. I think they have to use another freight forwarder. That stuff is so complicated. I don't know, Grace, if you followed that conversation I had with, I think you did. You forwarded something to the one fellow in Australia.
Yep.
Because our freight forwarder was a Springfield, Illinois address, and he was very concerned that his books were lost forever, which is a legitimate concern. It just becomes a tangled web.
Yeah.
I love to throw money at Chuck, but how much of a difference is there? I just bought the hardest printings in the bundle.
What did he
Hey,
say?
or the latest.
So Dirty Dwarf. So what's going to change? It's not a whole lot. You're going to see maybe 20%. I'm horrible with percentages. About 20% of the spell names will change, and the layout of the spell section has changed. And then it's just language in the player's handbook at that point. I mean, anywhere that we did. Jeremy did a huge search of all the books, and anything that kind of popped that came from the SRD. I went in, or he went in, and just rewrote it. So the SRD content's out. It didn't change the nature of any of the abilities. We didn't change any of that, any of the damages, any of that. And the CKG was even easier. Spell names were changed, and I think Jason or Jeremy would have to speak to this. A certain number of monster names were changed, but it's not a lot. And there's a section in the CKG that discusses monsters, so the names were brought up to speed. The M&T is where you're going to see the absolute most changes, and it's not in the playability at all. It's just we're working very hard to get art for all of the monsters.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be beautiful. Some of the art coming through is just amazing. And then we're lining up, making sure all of the text is lined up, and Jeremy is working to remove the vestiges of third edition that eked into the game that really should never have been in. So the M&T will have the most changes, but you're good with the bundle you just bought, without a doubt.
Yeah, and it'll still work with all of the other like CNC products. It works with the Mythos bundle. It works with Adventures Backpack. The rules aren't different.
Right. It stays the same. It's the siege engine, the attribute check. That's all runs the same. Dirty
the dog. Do you want him? Are you sure? He's kind of stinky right now.
Oh Lord.
I've got one around here somewhere, Red, who's I'm not gonna give him away, but he's kind of a blockhead. And I've gotten to where anytime that I come near him, he thinks it's It's an arena fight. So he comes at me crazy. And I've never had a dog. He's kind of he's a pit and something, I don't know, Labrador mix. I don't know what he is.
Baby.
He's crazy gentle with everyone but me. So when he sees me, he's always, and he can't see it now. He opened me up over the weekend. He just rakes me with his nails. I'm about to give him away. It's like a constant sparring, which is good.
Well,
All right, I saw a question that I wanted to address that was back up here. It was Barsoom. I think someone asked about Barsoom. I saw it in the thing. So, question: what is the news about Barsoom? So, this is, for me personally, I can't really speak to for anyone else in the company, but for me personally, this is an absolutely huge license. And I started reading as a youngster. The first book I remember reading was Early Bird Gets the Worm, but I remember the first novel was Call of the Wild. But the first fantasy I read was by Edgar Rice Burroughs, and it was Tarzan and the Jewels of Opar. And then after that, it was John Carter, The Princess of Mars. And this Mars stuff has been the Barsoom stuff has been with me since the 1970s, and it's absolutely, I think it's the science fiction fantasy that I enjoy the most because it's just rip-roaring yarns. I mean, that's all they are, and it's just it's just a yarn. It's just a lot of adventure. And having landed where I have landed in making RPGs for a living, and knowing that Barsoom is tailor-made for an RPG, it's absolutely tailor-made for an RPG. For these two things to kind of come together and for TLG to get this license is absolutely amazing.
And I think, I don't know how this is all going to play out. Our production schedule, people ask us about it. I just laugh because it's completely fluid, right? But I can't help but say that the Barsoom project, this is going to make Star Siege even better.
Oh yeah, no.
Because they will be compatible, right? And then there's got to be a little flow through with equipment and stuff.
It'll use Barsoom will use the Siege engine just like CNC and Amazing Adventures and Star Search does, so it'll have the same rule system. It'll lean a little bit heavy on Amazing Adventures, but it's going to have its own classes, its own races. We're already kind of lining that stuff up.
That's right.
And we're going to stay as true to Burroughs as possible. And of course, we have some agreements and licenses that we have to make. I think that the funniest change, and Grace and I have been chuckling about this, and Peter brought it up first, but if you read the Barsoom stuff, everybody's naked in those books.
Oh yeah, someone asked in Discord. There's a question in Discord asking what we're going to do about the original art, and I was like, I don't know.
Well, Peter wanted it.
Oh, he'd be all over it. Oh, bam.
He's already started sketching some of the Tharks, I think, and Deja Taurus. But I reached out to the Burroughs folks to find out what they want us to do, and they want us to put some clothing on the people.
I was nervous about that. I was really nervous.
Yeah, so we'll go with the traditional loincloths and the harnesses and stuff. I mean, we'll cover up the bits, but
100% more pants.
Yeah, we'll be
easily done. I don't know. It's just going to be. I think that Barsoom with the flying ships and the sabers and I don't know. It's just very, very, very cool.
Oh, I'm
be awesome.
Totally down for that shit. I'm already on the second book already. I've been rereading. Yeah, I went and found. I found all the books on Kindle for like $5. The whole series. I found it.
Oh, nice.
Fully illustrated, by the way. So it's got all the old pictures in it. Yeah, it's great. I'm having a blast.
I don't know. I haven't seen or read Dune, so I don't know if this scratches the itch for people. But I haven't seen a lot of space fantasy since Star Wars.
Are you talking about the new movie coming out,
exciting.
or the new movies, or the new? They got a new game coming out based off the Conan Exiles. Yes. Oh, I can't wait! I've been on beta. I've been in the alpha now, and now I'm working on the beta. I'm so excited about that. Dunes, I love Dunes.
It's just a great genre.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's technically space fantasy or planetary romance or not, but
it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, because when you're looking at Dune, they have I can't remember what kind of weapons they have. They're not like whatever, but they have guns. They have firearms, but they also have swords and that.
Yeah, they've got a little taste of that medieval in it too. Absolutely, like with the houses and all that, Yeah.
And that's definitely what Barsoom does. Barsoom just does it. It's very weird for me because Barsoom for some reason in my head, it's only beautiful people, even the evil people. Everybody's just beautiful in Barsoom. There's no, I don't know why I have it that way in my head.
Ben Adams Knight asked, "Are you looking at any cinematic rule changes?" I do want to have some cinematic optional rules for Amazing Adventures, and
What does that
that
mean,
falls-
cinematic?
So what that means is a lot of games like 3-2-1 action. That's one of my favorite games to play in this deal. Is you replace a lot of the mechanics with the ability to create a cinematic scene from a movie. Like last time I played it, I leaped on the back of a tanker in a wasteland, just like Mad Max. Crawled up, opened up a hatch, fired my crossbow down in there, and it was all in one action. It looked like it was something off of a movie screen. Awesome.
Isn't that just an attribute check? You make an attribute check for that.
Well, yeah, but you don't even have to do that. That's the beauty of it.
See, Castles and Crusades is built for it all. It's
It
built
is.
for
It is.
True.
Sword and Planet, yes, absolutely. Steambub, Sword and Planet, Planetary
Yeah.
Romance needs more love. Yeah, for sure. Oh, and King Kothar
Great
said
genre.
the pipe. What did he say? He said Doom was probably in a small way inspired by Barzoom, but not really. The pipeline from Barzoom to Star Wars is much more clear. Oh, clearly, those early posters of Star Wars reeked of Igarash Burroughs, and I would say probably Robert E. Howard a little bit. Definitely sorcery, swords, fantasy. Yeah, for sure. Oh, Dirty Dwarf says if we do a stream in loincloths, he'll back it twice. Full.
There you go.
I'll leave that to you both.
Yeah, she's out.
I bet you we can get Davis to wear a loincloth.
In a heartbeat.
We've lost Davis. He went out east.
I was wondering where he was at. Okay.
He doesn't answer phone calls or text messages.
I've been messaging him and he didn't even answer me in Skype. And I thought, he must be gone.
I wrote him a letter and I just wrote Davis on it, East Coast, and I put it in the mail. So hopefully that finds him somewhere.
Dirty, we won't be at Origins this year. I had on my list to go up there and kind of run some games, but workflow is too heavy, my friend. With me being out so much here recently, I just can't do it. I wanted to. We've got a bunch of CNC games going on up there, but I can't make it. Next year.
That's fair.
I will be there next year.
Is the $25 pledge for a physical copy of the PHB or just the PDF?
Physical.
Apparently, there's a discrepancy.
Yeah, it should say print in there. I don't know.
I'm looking now. With this pledge, you receive a print copy of
I
the
mean,
CNC.
God knows what we overlook. There's so much, man. Golly.
So you just get the print. You don't get the PDF with that. But the PDF, is it free in the add-ons, Chuck? Where did we land on that?
I'm sorry?
The PDF for the player's handbook in the add-ons.
It's in there.
Is
Should
it
be.
free or is it $10?
No, it's let me look.
It's something. You can add the PDF on, but the
Let me look real quick.
Hey, Hedgehog, one of us. Let's go.
Hey, good job,
Get those
Hedgehog.
beautiful leather-bound books.
Here we go. I'll just tell you. I'm in here digging around. All right,
Full
add-ons.
AC for loincloths.
The PDF is $10. Good memory,
$69.
Chanel. I did not remember that at all. So yeah,
I got one memory cell left that's firing. So
I have none, zero. That's good though. I'm not complaining. I've been waiting for this Kickstarter for many, many years, like everybody else. Long before I worked for Troll Lord, so I'm super stoked. I'm like, can't wait.
I want us to take a moment to talk about how badass Jason Walton's dragon is.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Let me get that picture up. Is it
All of that art is phenomenal.
Yeah, that thing is just all of his dragons. He's doing the copper dragon now.
Sparky has a good question. What do I do if I just want the M&T for now? I believe the best thing to do would be back for $5, and then you can just add the M&T, and then you get Barsoom as well.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. That's kind of why we put that 5 in there, so that anyone can go in,
Right.
and just build their own pledge.
I will say they're beautiful, Atomic. Now, I don't know. I haven't gotten any copies of the newer ones ever since I started working for the company, but this is my PHB that I will never get rid of as long as I live. This thing right here is...
They're stunning.
I mean, just look at that.
We're going to do a new design.
Yeah, I know. But still. Man. Love it.
Yeah, the leathers turn out very, very nice. The embossing is extremely good. Walsworth is just a great...
Hey, Eric. Piper Dog's in around, too. He's hanging out.
Piper.
Lots of folks in here. In fact, let me see. I haven't peeped yet. We are up to 145 right now. Doing good this morning. Doing
Hey,
good.
welcome in, friends.
Yeah, come on in. We're doing giveaways now. If you're on Twitter, TikTok, your mom's phone, whatever, you have to unfortunately join over here on Twitch to join in. I can't do like interstellar prizes. I wished I could. It's nothing against anybody. There's the link. It's twitch.tv Troller Games, one word. You can enter the raffle and then you can duck out if you want. And then we'll let you know. And then if you just come on Discord and we'll give you a code or we'll work it out. All right. I don't want anybody to be left out because we're giving away thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars today. So I'm joking.
MJ, the print of the Barsoom is a primer is not part of the a $99 Kickstarter, but you can add it in the add-ons as you check out.
Okay,
Yeah.
it is in there on the chart, just so we know.
Is it?
It's on
It
what
is.
chart?
I'll fix it.
Teehee.
I can do that right now, actually.
On the big blue chart.
Oh, and I need to, now that we've funded, I need to put up the stretch rewards, what you get
Indeed.
as well. So, God, that's the bad thing about we've launched these things. It takes like 2 weeks to get caught up to where you don't have to update shit constantly, which is a good thing. Don't get me wrong, you know what I mean? But it's interesting.
Steambub says, asked this earlier, but will there be a print add-on for the $5 TLG support tier, or will there be a backer kit with print add-ons? There are add-ons for the $5.
So there's
tier.
yeah, you back at $5 and you go in the add-on section. I have put everything in there. It's all in there.
So you should be able to build your own pledge.
Yeah,
And then we will carry this over to
there is nothing extra in there other than what's related to this Kickstarter that you see in the different tiers, like the CK screen or whatnot. So if you want anything extra outside of that, you'd have to wait till just get off the store later on or whatever.
Though I will put a gentle warning out. It's not really a warning, but Kickstarter has very vastly improved its fulfillment services. So we may not be using backer kit to fulfill some of these.
That's true.
We may, shift gears. We just got to look at it. We haven't had time to dig into it.
Right.
We'll do that.
But you will have the chance to build add stuff on later and all that, of course. There's no rush, no hurry. We're never going to do nobody like that, ever.
They're saying there's only PDF add-ons right now. Sparky and Steambub said.
No, they're in there. I'm literally looking now. Let me scroll down just to see. Yep, see Castle Keeper print screen. Atlas prints. Beneath the canopy green print.
I hear you, Wolf Alone. I hear you. I really, and on our end, and not to whatever, but having to put these things together is so labor intensive that it kind of sucks the life out of.
Oh, at the $5 level, Savage says. Let me see about that, Savage. That might be. I don't understand why that would matter. Because when we put these in here, we don't have to set up levels. That's strange.
Atomic Hedgehog sees the print add-on, so we're not crazy per se.
Well, let me
so
just
it's
look
just
here.
that weird pledge level. That's interesting.
Yeah, because I don't know. Edit. Let me go in here and edit. Just look for a second.
They have updated Kickstarter about 3 or 4 times in the last 2 years. So it's kind of like a.
Oh, dude! In there, it literally says add-ons, and they're all PDF, and that's it. So I should probably duplicate this and open it back up if that changed. Yes.
Yeah. Is that just for the $5 level?
Yeah. Well, let me check. That's a very good question.
Yeah. And Sparky says if I switch up to the $25 level, then all the print levels are unlocked.
Okay. All right, then. Now, I've never seen that before. I apologize. I didn't.
Either.
In my defense, Steve set that level up.
I did set that level up.
Yeah, but I've never seen that before in any of that. So we'll look. I'll go in here and do it right now.
Like I said, they change it. There's always these little things you got to click. Backer kit was the most interesting thing we do. We have backer kits mailing lists, and we mail out to everyone via there. And I do it 2 or 3 days beforehand. So I got in there Saturday to do it, and I could not get it to recognize the Kickstarter at all. It wouldn't let me do anything. So I checked just before we went live, and I can do it now, but it's probably something that needs clicked or unclicked or whatever. I don't know.
Okay.
Patience. It's not for today.
Dirty Dwarf asks, when can we expect the print books to arrive?
So the hope is,
Steve, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I bet it's where we set, your backers receive your physical goods. We said no, only. So let's put yes and see what happens.
Okay. So what was the question? So the printing plan on these, The Player's Handbook and CKG should be done in the next few weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. I do want to get feedback from people, so we're not going to mad rush these out the door. But I've tentatively scheduled middle July for sending those 2 books to the printers. Yeah, that's the plan. Now, whether they're 100% ready, I'm not going to say. Turnaround time is about 3 to 4 weeks. So July, August, they should go. The monster book's going to be a little bit more challenging just because of the art side of things. But we brought on another artist. I think it's 5 now. I'd have to ask Jeremy. I've kind of lost track of how many people are working on it. And some of them are belting out.
I hate their interface so much.
So hopefully by mid-August that was going to the printers as well, and then by September all of these books are out, and floating around. We do not want to sit on this thing.
There we go.
And we've been working for the last 6 months to get the text done.
Swear to God. You know how if you hit back, it takes you completely out of it? You know what I'm talking about, right? I want to strangle somebody for that bullshit.
Consciousness, jibber jabber.
Dude, it's like,
Oh,
anyway.
man.
Well, I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right? When you back out, it takes you completely out. You can't just go back.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Can you hear us?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah. Why?
Okay. Well, you just keep, every time we're talking, you interrupt.
I'm sorry. I was very angry at Kickstarter. It's okay.
No, all good.
Guys,
I didn't
Sparky, check now. You guys go in there and check now. I think it's right. That's what the key was, Steve. We had to check. Yes, they could get physical.
Sure. Should be good
Sparky.
now.
Sparky asks, more artists. Does that mean more sorting of art? Yes, it does. And I'm still got to get you a bunch of books because there's art all over the place.
And the art is looking excellent.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
It's so good.
It's like crazy.
Some of the stuff is, it's all great. Those dinosaurs.
I'm excited to like take all of the monster art and put it like on Pinterest for folks to like access, because then that way if you're using like a virtual tabletop or something, you have access to the images of like all the monsters online. They're just all there. There's no one monster that you just can't find.
Right. That would be very cool.
I'm so excited.
I know. Yeah, Lando, I'm with you. I love art books. I really wanted to have some monster art cards. Maybe someday. But anyway, art's great. I love art's table too. But a nice, I don't know, man. I don't know. We'd have to hear what about the art we've got coming through now. We'd have to really be picky. Oh my God. Can you imagine the conversations trying to pick which art to put in the book?
Is Beneath the Canopy Green HC half color, full color? I noticed the map was full color and Kickstarter says it's Smythe soon.
Yes, that is. I put the wrong graphic in. Rachel did about 10 graphics. Let me get the correct graphic and put it there.
All right. So while you're doing that, I'm going to go in here.
Hold on, Chuck. To answer the question, it's going to be soft cover. It will not be Smythe Stone. It may be a stretch reward down the line to do it hardcover. It would be kind of cool to do that. Then it would match the Undying War, which would be nice to have both the A series and the C series in that format.
Where did you put that slideshow at? It's not at the top. Where'd you put it at?
Put it between the monster pick and the something. Stand by the monsters. It is in the monsters. And Grace, I swapped down all those monsters for you.
Can I move it?
I saw. They're so good. Before the Kickstarter went live, we just had images of like monster art we've already used. It's like, no, come on.
Hey, thanks, Dave.
Let's see. There.
Welcome in, Dave.
All right, let me get over here. So I need to. We didn't get. Why is that chart not up there?
My copy of Peter's art book and coloring book is in my collectible section. I've gotten multiple emails asking about where to find that coloring book, and apparently the answer is nowhere. So you have a very limited, rare book there. That's excellent.
We printed that. I can't remember now. There was I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was an issue with we had to get special paper for crayons and markers to work on. And it took us forever to find the paper. Now I'm sure we could find a match to it, but that's one of the reasons we let the coloring book just kind of fall by the wayside. Getting the paper was not easy.
Good to see you, buddy.
Wib Stasben had a question about why Barsoom was included at the front end of the Kickstarter instead of put in as like a stretch reward.
That primer is what it basically is. It's going to be at 20, 25 pages, something like that. we want that to go to as many people as humanly possible. I didn't want it to be built into something that we got to work up to. I want everyone, because there's going to be a lot of people. Grace, if I can, I will call you out a little bit. She had no idea what John Carter and Barsoom was.
It was like John Carter. I'm pretty sure I know a few John Carters.
Yeah. There might have
Barsoom,
been a
what?
movie or something. I don't know.
Something.
Yeah,
But
totally.
so the idea is to get Barsoom into as many people's hands as humanly possible, so that next year when we have this material rolling out, people know what it is, and it's really, for those of us who are familiar with it, we know how cool it can be. But I think that words like Barsoom or Warlord of Mars, it doesn't really carry any resonance if you don't know. And John Carter certainly doesn't. Who lives on floor 5, 5B or whatever.
And what is the financial impact of Barsoom being included in every Kickstarter pledge?
So the primer will be for sale, probably $14 or so online, and the PDF $9. It's hard to say because we don't know exactly how big it's going to be. So it's bringing in, it increases the value of your pledge anywhere between $7, $8, $9 to $15 to $20, somewhere around in there. If that was the question.
Yes. And then the other thing that I wanted to ask, just to kind of call out, is the cost of the player's handbook. I see that there's an MSRP of $39.99, but hey, you can get it from us for $25.
Yes.
Is that cost factored into the rest of the pledge levels?
Yes. We valued the player's handbook at $25 throughout the Kickstarter. When it comes out, it'll be $39.99 or whatever that price tag is.
So we're saving a little bit of money there too.
Yeah. So no matter what pledge level you jump in, and the bigger the pledge level. I mean, if you want, the whole game.
What was that 300 valued at? We figured out, Steve, like $500-600 or something crazy.
477.
I knew it was
or
up there.
something.
It was way up there. Yeah.
The 175's MSRP comes in at like 225, or I could pull the numbers up, but we should probably put that up actually and let everybody see, the discount.
For sure.
Yeah.
Venom asked, this may have already been answered, but late to the party. Welcome to the party, Venom. Is there a plan to use spell stat blocks again, or are you keeping with the complete paragraph descriptions?
So we're definitely going to create in the back of the book a chart that has all of that information ready available. So we'll have fireball and your casting time and your duration, your range, all that in a quick reference chart. That Kingsley over on the Discord channel pitched that idea. It's a wonderful idea. I actually have 7 pages in the back of the player's handbook that aren't filled yet. So that'll easily, two pages will go with the character reference sheet, and 2 or 3 will go with this chart. So we're definitely going to do that. As for changing the actual stat blocks, I'm not going to say that it's written in stone at the moment, but I'm very, very pleased with it. I think it carries the kind of the storytelling, literary aspect of the game, and it breaks away from the 40 years of stat blocks that we've all been kind of recognized, and used and all of that stuff. It creates our own trade dress, which I like. I know that there has been some blowback on Discord. There's also been a lot of people who love it. Got a lot of great comments. So probably not going to change it, but I'm not going to say that, let me put it this way. We don't want to put out a product that people are unhappy with because we wanted to change, trade dress or something like that. I don't want to Doom 3, you guys. I played Doom 2 like a madman, and then when Doom 3 came out, I played it about halfway through, and those stupid little codes I had to enter in to go through the doors pissed me off, so I just quit playing the game. I just stopped. I just wanted to shoot aliens. That's all. So we don't want to do anything like that.
Yeah.
But I do want everyone, when you're looking at the player's handbook, and I think 5,000 people got it, when you're looking at the player's handbook, you're going to have an immediate visceral reaction to this because it's very, very different. Just take a couple of days and run your group with it. See if it is actually. I found that it works very well, but see if it works at your table well, and then let's see where we land.
Yeah, easy peasy. And if you have feedback, we love it. I manage the product support email, so email me and we'll forward it to everyone's who desk that it needs to be on and take all that into consideration.
Yes, and I will say this: I haven't had a chance to respond to him, but on Discord, another individual, and B or something like that, had this really interesting idea of icons for the stat blocks on spells, which isn't something I had considered, but I like that idea.
That's cool.
Yeah, I do like it.
Is there a deadline for Player's Handbook corrections? And will the CKG and Monsters and Treasure also have time for corrections?
Yes, so the deadline will be roughly around the 15th of July, something like that. So we got plenty of time. Find something, send it to us. We'll fix it. We've still got at least 2 passes to go over it. And Jeremy and I were talking about that the other day. Basically,
which is to say, there will be like a full-time editor's eyes on these.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. We're not done cleaning it up by a long shot.
This is all just if you see something and want to bring it to our attention.
Right.
We'll have someone whose job it is to like catch that stuff. But if you want to.
The key element we wanted to get across, so that with the giving you guys the 10th printing for free in PDF, was the changes are not that egregious. The changes are not going to disrupt your game that much. And I have to ask this. I don't know. I don't pay attention. I just troll Lord all the time. But are there many other companies who give away their flagship product in a Kickstarter before the Kickstarter launches? Are there?
Not that I've heard of. But...
Is that a common thing?
Man, not that I've seen. But hey.
Jeremy says no. But it's good to get the feedback. And negative feedback too, all of it, every bit of it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And unless you're personally attacking Chuck, we don't want to attack Chuck. He's had a rough month, so
yeah.
It's been challenging, that's for sure. But it's all good.
It's all good.
Playing Some Games has a very important question. How do I get more people in my city to know about or play CNC? What would you recommend?
So we've got an organized play set up. That's the first thing. I'd get online, get hooked up with the organized play, and see if we can't do some outreach where you are.
I'm gonna drop the links.
Retailers, if you go to a local retail shop regularly and get a hold of us, we've got a retailer outreach program. We can talk to them as well and see if we can't get some games going there, and then some online stuff. I think would help. It is tough when you're in a gamer desert, to find folks to do it.
I've been there. We have a community calendar. And that's been pretty cool. So just if you want to be able to quickly send somebody a link, you can add your event, because a lot of people will like host intro. I think Hoyt Paris was holding like introductory, like here's how to play CNC, like sessions at their local hobby shop.
Yeah.
That's super helpful. And that's something that you can advertise on our calendar and stuff like that. But yeah. Hey, Savage, thank you so much. God damn.
Very cool. Thank you.
One of us. 5 of us.
That is very, very cool. Thank you for the subscriptions. Let's see, what does Gabriel say? Question: since Barsoom is now included, is TLG looking for even more new settings in the future? Are there any desired themes and passes the gate? So we no, but yes. I mean, between Castle Zagig, the Gygax material, and now Barsoom, we've got a full plate, and we already had a full plate, which is great. Lines up the next couple of years, and we're super jazzed on that. But we're always looking for new and interesting stuff. I'm talking to some old IP owners. Had a long conversation with them yesterday. Jeremy, you'll be glad to know there was some motion on that, and we'll see.
Very exciting.
There is some motion on that. That's good. Yeah,
I had a conversation yesterday. Oh, here he is.
Oh, buddy.
Come over.
He's so handsome.
He's a good one.
I love his head.
I don't know if you can see this online. His claws are huge.
He's so smoochable.
Is this a new? Is that which dog is that, Steve? I don't have the camera.
This is Red. Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
I hear him.
He's been outside. He doesn't come in the office. He come in here, see if I'm dead or not, and then he leaves.
Any chance, as sidebar, you can include optional math for the siege system from 18 to 12 to 15 to 10 in actual play, the 18 on secondary rolls are brutal on saving throws.
Is it in?
They are.
Is that in the Kickstarter? Or the Kickstarter, the CKG? Isn't there alternate prime setups in there?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. You can
Yeah.
totally do that.
Yeah.
I think it's written that you can set like your secondary at truly like whatever you want it to be if you don't want to use the 12 and 18, right?
Yeah, I think you're 90% right. I wish that I could find Davis's when they first did the Siege Engine. They did all these samples, and he sent me the equations of it. And he goes, "I want this to appear in the player's handbook." I was like, "No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I don't know what it is."
He gets some
We're not
crazy.
doing that.
He gets some crazy
But,
ideas. Not a bad thing. Though.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
3, and I think there's like 3 optional spreads of the Siege Engine or something. Yeah, so it's definitely in the CKG.
I think, I mean, that's the actually someone just said this. Gabrielle and Venom put it perfectly. Like a lot of the rules that are in the books are just kind of like they're to be treated less as like kind of hard and fast WotC type, like here's the box that you're playing in, and it's more like open-ended prompts.
Yeah.
The Mythos series in particular is full of that. um there's like abilities and stuff that you can use and apply to like any character, like the Scenarum stuff with the key system. You don't have to be a certain class to like use it, as far as I could tell.
No, you don't. And that's kind of the nice, and the advantages system, all of that is kind of the nice thing about CNC. And I
Right.
absolutely love to see people take the game and run with it, and
Yeah.
even changing the spreads. It's good because however you want to role play, and at the end of the day, we're trying to make a memorable experience at the table that people walk away from and go, "I want to do that again."
Yeah.
And I think if you unfetter people's imaginations, it's far easier for them to do that.
So much better to like give them a seed to plant instead of like, okay, here's the rules, here's
Yeah.
your box.
It makes you think. I was just telling Jason Vay and I, we of course privately Skype outside of the normal company insanity Skypes that are going on, and we mostly talk game design. And Jason and I don't always agree, but and I was telling him yesterday, what's very nice about the way he thinks is that when he posts it, it's just not the way I think. So when
Yeah.
Jason posts these ideas, I'm like, okay, let me stop and go down this new track. It takes my blinders off, and that's sort of what CNC does for you. It just, like you said, Grace, it gives you seed, and then you go in the direction you want to go.
Yeah, that was very abrupt for me as a first time player, because I had came from like a few years of only doing CNC, or I'm sorry, only doing D&D 5th edition. And so I didn't know what to do with like an open-ended system of rules like that. But now I never want to go back.
I've always said when I'm talking to people who are trying to make the switch, the first game's going to be tough for
Yeah.
both the CK and the hardest thing to learn for players is you can try anything.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
They're like, wait, anything?
Yeah.
Yes.
And to get yourself out of the mindset of looking at your player sheet to see what skills or action points or whatever you've got is tough because you're used to playing Monopoly and now you're not. You're just
Right.
you're just freewheeling it.
I tried Magic the Gathering one time, and it's very like you go by the text. The text tells you exactly what is and is not allowed. If it's not on the text, then it's not a thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how similar that was to 5e.
Yeah.
And
But it's true.
yeah.
And it's funny when you watch games come out, and there's a lot of them on the market these days. Now I want to knock anyone's system because it's how you want to play is how you want to play. But
Right.
a lot of the systems they are more complicated even than they pitch. But Castles and Crusades is not. We have fought very, very hard. And I don't often take credit for stuff, but I'm going to take credit for this. I have fought very hard from Davis and Mac and Jason to keep rules from
Yeah.
the game. Because
that's like one of the most important parts of the game, I feel, or it's become one of the most important parts of the game.
It's absolutely. If you want these extra rules, great. Plug them on. Get the CK.
And they're in there.
And they're in there. Go.
If you want to do your like encumbrance,
all you want to do.
Yeah.
The advantages, there's all kinds of stuff. I remember about 10 years into publishing CNC, Mac, for those who don't know, Matt Golden and David Chenault designed the Siege Engine, the game, the mechanics that run. Castles and Crusades and Amazing Adventures. And Mac, we were gaming one night. He came just tearing into the office, and he said, "I got it. I figured it out." So a little bit of backstory. The original hope was, the original desire was, and I squashed this. Mac and Davis wanted to create one mechanic, and they were going to do a whole one ring to rule them all. They were going to do a whole thing, one mechanic to rule them all. But where I squashed it was I wanted the combat mechanics from AD&D, from third edition, from whatever, to be the same, to be that people could easily recognize, and they didn't have to kind of learn a new combat system, because obviously we're always trying to get D&D players over. And so they created, they split it, and we kept the combat systems very similar to what you're used to. And in the Siege Engine is the attribute check system. When Matt came barreling into the office about 10 years later, he goes, "I got it. I figured out how to make it so that the combat system and the Siege Engine is the same." And he sketched all these notes out for the game. It was like 2 pages. He was sitting at my desk just writing all this stuff down. Davis was getting all jazzed up, and I said, "That's great, but it's not going to the players ever." You should have figured that out 10 years ago. And then he never gave me the final, so I don't have it. I don't know where it would be a AG article, but
we had Monley asked, and I do have your email, Monley, and I was going to get to that today. Shipping to Puerto Rico, will it be USPS Media Mail?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Puerto Rico is part of the U.S. Commonwealth. I think that's how it's worded. Mm-hmm. So they get that, and the Virgin Islands. Is that what the other islands are? I can't remember. And the Samoan Islands is all media mail.
Yeah. We'll get back to you. Hopefully, if not today, this week.
Is it not charging him correctly on the?
There was just an issue. I forwarded it to Chuck, I believe, but
okay,
we'll chat.
I do want to say this, that and hats off to Grace and Chuck here. We have people here that respond so fast to, if you have a problem with your order, or your book is damaged or whatever, Chuck and Grace are on top of it all the time.
Our reputation is paramount. We want to make sure that everybody gets the customer service they deserve for their supporting us, right?
Right. Without everyone here, there's no company.
Yes, that's absolutely it.
Base is simple, and you can make it as complicated as you want on top of it. Just having choices. It's the best.
Yeah, it really is. And it's funny, too, to watch. What's really cool to watch when you sit down with new players, to watch them make that transition into choice at the table. Because they're waiting for that control mechanism. And there is none except the dice. You rolled bad, you didn't do it. It didn't work.
Save or suck.
Yep.
Well, I know that we wanted to keep this live a little bit on the shorter end. It's now about twice as long as we originally planned for. I'm so sorry. I wasn't keeping an eye on it. But are there any last minute questions about the Kickstarter or anything related? If I meet Steve in person at an event or something, can I have him sign my player's handbook reprint?
Playing some games, are you one of the 2 people who got the reprint that my signature wasn't in it?
Oh no!
Do you remember, Grace? I mentioned that to you, Mac.
Yeah, there's 2.
Yeah,
you're unicorn playing some.
I signed the books, then David signed them, and then we sent them to Mac because he lives in the other part of the state. And then he signed them, and he said to me, I remember he said to me, "I put the sticky notes on the 2 that you did not sign, Steve." I said, "Great." So they put them in boxes, shipped them back, and I never told Wilson. So Wilson just pulled the sticky notes out, shipped them. So yes, I will absolutely. Or if you want to mail it back to us at our expense, I will sign it and we will mail it back to you. We will get it signed for you. Lord of mercy.
When are we getting Troll Lord dice? Hopefully soon. Details to come.
Yes, that is a conversation we have about every 3 weeks or so.
We have. I don't want to reveal too much about it, but we have someone working on dice, and she has completed awesome prototypes and has been juggling like a promotion, a crazy illness, a bunch of stuff, and she's trying to like perfect it like balance wise and making sure that all the lettering's clear and all that kind of stuff. But this summer,
I've seen the prototypes. They look very cool.
They're incredible. I think everyone will be very, very happy with them.
Very, very cool. Amazing Adventures is in the process of getting that. I hope to have the player's handbook done this week and turned over to me, and then it'll be print ready. We will probably sit on it until the CKG is done, which will be in the next few weeks. So hopefully in the next 2 weeks those things are at the printer.
CNC video game when?
Absolutely. We actually are in conversations. We're not very far into it, but I hope we got all kinds
We
of
always
interesting
hope.
things. Yeah, we have interesting things. Grace and I have been communicating with it, streaming. It's just very interesting things going on.
There's a lot of really exciting stuff in the works. Definitely this year, setting up an even better next year. And yeah.
It's something else. And if you haven't already, please hop over, check this Kickstarter out. And if you don't feel like you need the new printings, that's fantastic. But do throw it onto your networks. Let everybody know. This is a big moment for us, for TLG and for Castles and Crusades. We're kind of moving away from we are moving away from the SRD and the OGL, which is it's a huge step. But I think we did so managing to keep the game intact. So there's no new additions. You're all good.
Yeah, very, very exciting. Any final notes before we all get out of here?
No. Go ahead, Chuck.
Well, this is something I should probably say off camera. Well, I just was going to say,
my full social security number.
I wouldn't care to do another one this evening. I mean, if you want, for 30 minutes.
Another stream.
Yeah.
My live is scheduled for Monday. I would gladly, instead of reading fiction, do another one of these.
I would think it would be good.
To.
Yeah, for the people that are working.
Let's do it.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, let's do that then. Yeah,
we'll be back tonight.
We'll be back. What time is that? 7 o'clock tonight?
Yep.
Eastern or
Central.
Right? Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So all I want to say is, please throw this all over your networks. Let people know. Check it out. We are offering the Player's Handbook. We know that wallets are tight and all of that. So we're offering the Player's Handbook at $25, which is
cheap.
About as
it's very cheap.
Yeah, it's good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. So head over, spread the word, and comment, and let us know.
Thank you, Dale. We appreciate it. So yeah, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for putting up with us. We're doing our best. It's great. I'm so excited about all this. I can't wait. I told the guys when we played Saturday night, as they were running from those vampire man bats for their lives, I said, I can't wait till we get these printed, because I can't wait to get the whole set, the new set. I'm just so excited to get these books, man. So excited.
Yeah. So it's gonna be very cool.
Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. Oh, we should probably do the giveaways. Yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let me switch over and do that right now, because I was working on updating the graphics. All right.
Anything special going on today? This Death Angel Shadow.
Work.
He
knows.
Can we add a trouble monster block?
Yes.
We should. We should put all of our hounds in some sort of Patreon thing. That would be cool.
You know what? Someone in the elevator referred to Trouble as a hound, and I'm like, Trouble is a hound in the same way that that a hot dog is like a sandwich.
Is it bad that
He's like.
Go ahead. Finish your story.
He's technically a hound.
Well, my granddaughter's upset with me because I called her a hound the other day. She goes, "I'm not like the dogs. They're hounds. I am a little girl, or I'm a big girl."
She's a lady.
I'll be out of the way, hound. As I go running through or whatever. I'm just trying to train to be a good shield maiden. That's all. That's all I'm trying.
Right.
Well, Trouble looks a little more fluffy than Red, so.
All right, let's do these giveaways. I'm going to shut these down. We'll be back on tonight with more if you guys want to come back by, that kind of thing. All right, real quick, I'm going to do this. Where are we at here? Let's do the first winners here. The first winner we're going to pull, we're going to do 2 $10 PDFs. All right. First winner is going to be Manfred Von Beck. Manfred, you know the drill.
Hey.
Go to our Discord, hit up Sitting Risk. He'll give you a code. Next up for $10 is Gabrielle. There you go, Gabrielle. Get you a $10. That's for toward any PDF purchase.
Oh, no.
Now for a couple of $15 ones. These are just straight cash. All right. We're going to do Freppy. You get $15 at the store. Go to our Discord, hit up Sitting Risk. He'll get you a code. If you can't find him, just scream at him in Discord. He'll show up. I promise. Next up is Ben Adams. You get another $15. Excellent. Congrats. And for our last winner for the $25, it will be Monley 360. Monley, just go to our Discord, and we'll hook you right up with a code over there, and you can get all you need off the store there. I think that's all I got.
Yay.
Switch back over.
Fantastic. Death Angel says we need monster stats for the puppers. You got to talk to Jeremy about that. He said there's like 19 dogs in the Monsters and Treasures, and he cleaned them all out. So
Yeah, but these are troll dogs, though. It's different.
that's true. That's true.
Here's the thing. Let me do it. The one who's never done a monster stat block for CNC before. I'll do it. I'll take care of it. It'll be balanced and usable. No problem.
Grace, what is this claw attack? 20d6. I'm not sure what's going on with the trouble here.
Because he's just so cute.
Are you reading Jeremy's comments?
I'm not reading that out loud. He's terrible. Get away from here. It's awful. He needs a hound. He needs a hound. Bad. I think he's got like a lizard or something. I don't know. Anyway,
A lizard.
he's got something that I can't remember now. And a roommate. Yeah. So.
Oh man.
My conversations with Jeremy are very entertaining.
Oh
Okay?
yeah. They're awesome.
I kind of see Jeremy as my foil.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In
You
some
two
way.
are absolutely. It's just like I said the other day. It's yin and yang because you're always in such a good mood, and Jeremy's like, ah.
And guys, we couldn't do this without you. So thank you. Seriously.
Yeah.
Thank you. Really.
Thank
From
you.
all of our hearts.
You guys made this possible.
Mm-hmm. Every dang day that you even talk about us is wonderful. It just helps us grow this company because we are a company for gamers, and that's it. You know, you're our people. All right, with that pontific note, I'm going to roll us on out of here so we can get some real work done.
I'm going to go get a cheeseburger.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to take a nap after I update these Kickstarter
Chuck
graphics.
had about 4 hours of sleep so far. So
That's all three of us.
You know, so yeah, it's
Yeah.
good though. It's good. All right,
Crazy
we're
time.
going to go then. Guys, ladies, friends,
Take it
thank you
easy,
so
everybody.
much. Trollza!
Trolls.